Scamp, I know we got you on the show first, but we also have my cousin, my lovely cousin Greg. What's up, Greg? How you feeling? This is his episode, but I gotta call you out first.
I'm feeling good.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
This is my first cousin, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But we gotta get this out the way. I'm sorry, Scamp. I apologize. So, you know, Greg is a Drake fan.
Yes.
I like Drake too.
Yeah.
But you went to the GNX tour?
Yes, in Detroit. Yes.
Great show, right?
Amazing show. Yes.
What happened when he performed Not Like Us? What did you do?
But you know, I am a Kendrick fan.
No. What did you do?
What did I do?
Yeah. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I just sat there and I didn't do anything. I just was standing still when everybody else was just going crazy.
Have y'all ever stood still when that song came on? Like, has anybody ever chilled out and relaxed?
No.
When they play the song during warm-ups, do you stop dribbling the ball because Not Like Us came on?
I'll be bobbing my head.
You bobbing your head, right?
Yeah.
When you on the crock pot playing Not Like Us, you moving?
Yeah, I put the.
Why didn't you move? Are you that loyal to Drake? Like, was Drake watching you? Like,
No. No, not at all. That's just my guy, man. You know what I mean?
Just poking fun with you.
No, it's all good. No, I love Kendrick too, though.
You love Drake too, though.
Oh, Drake. Yeah,
You
number one.
think you said number one
For sure.
Do you think Kendrick deserved to win that beef?
I think the record was a bigger record. Yeah.
Scam, what about you?
Lyrically?
Yeah, you be honest.
Yeah, lyrically, no.
No?
Nah.
Cause you
Yeah.
you don't like Bow Wow.
No, I don't. I don't. I don't like people who cap.
Did you jealous and like Mike or something? Like, what's going on, bro?
No. It's funny because Greg loved Bow Wow.
I know. Like, I know.
One day we was just texting me back and forth. I guess Bow Wow and Chris Brown was supposed to be beefing. This is like years ago too, and Greg like, bro, you see what Bow Wow tweeted about Chris Brown? I said, man, he lying. And then like 20 minutes later, Chris Brown tweeted him back like, bro, is you okay?
Is you cool? Right?
And then with the stuff with the plane and all that, I just don't like people who be.
Oh yeah, that plane. See, Bow Wow does it to himself.
Yeah.
Like one thing I will say, musically, you can't deny his impact.
No, not at all.
He was Mr. 106 in Park, man. Every time you turn on 106 in Park, he was on there. But the jet thing, I was like, come on, Bow. So he stood in front of the jet, right?
Yeah. They took a picture of the jet like, private flight.
Then he got on the Spirit airline. It's crazy, bro.
And then the thing with the kids, him
yeah.
like that don't know what Boy, they don't care.
He was like, he walked by, I was like, oh my God. That'd be like me doing some shit like I'm in my ear. Oh, the kids see Jéan P. It'd be like, man, stop. Cut it out, bro.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But nah, man. We got my man Scam. I gotta dap you up, brother.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for being on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Man, we were supposed to have you on. You got a lot going on, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So much, man. Like, first of all, very proud of you too, man. All the things you've been doing, man. The fact that you got the jersey on.
Oh man.
How does it feel to just put that on? Like,
man, it's definitely a blessing. You know, the Globetrotters and the Washington Generals, next year will be 100 years for them.
Man.
So just to be a part of history like that is definitely like a blessing and, something to, like look forward to. So the story is like y'all don't beat the Globetrotters at all. Like, is there ever like a? I mean, games be close, man. We be trying to beat them.
So is that what it is? Like, do y'all actually try during the games? Because
we be out there hooping.
When I was doing my research, it was just making it seem like the Generals will never win against the Globetrotters. They're not supposed to.
In history, I think it's 3 wins.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think it's 3 wins. Yeah.
So you go out there to win, like to play it, like
we be out there hooping.
Man.
We be hooping.
That must be an experience. Like, even though you're playing for the other team, like, do you ever just in the game like, man, I'm really playing against the Globetrotters? Like,
man, so I say like my first month, I was starstruck.
I bet, man.
I was starstruck for like my first month. Just seeing them do what they do, like the tricks and some of the dunks and the trick shots like that. Like
they gotta remind you, like, bro, you play for us. Like, he's looking like, oh, man, that was cool.
Like at the beginning of the game when they do the circle, I was stuck for a minute.
Oh man,
I was stuck for some weeks.
So like, do you remember going to the games growing up? Or?
Yeah, so I went to one at the Civic Center as a kid. I don't remember like a whole lot of what was going on, but I remember being at the game, and now to be a part of the show and everything is it's crazy.
Man,
It's surreal.
again, man, that's just as someone from the city and knowing you personally and family, I'm proud of you, bro. That's crazy to say, like, and you've done so much traveling too. Like, you've been all over, man. Like,
we hit the whole West Coast. Like, so it's been spots that I didn't think I ever go where I've been to now.
what is one of those spots?
Like North Dakota.
Yeah,
Like
they got hoopers too.
you know,
Yeah,
North Dakota, South Dakota. Like, I never thought I'd be Montana. Like, never thought I'd go to those spots. So.
What's been like one of your favorite places that you've traveled to?
Ooh, L.A. We played in the Intuit Dome. And that was amazing because it's a new arena in the NBA, and the facility was just incredible. You know what I mean? So
Man, into it, Dome?
Intuit Dome, yeah.
Yeah.
And then after the game, we went down to like Crenshaw and took pictures with Nip's mural and saw the house on Friday. Like, we went through all that stuff like that. Yeah. So we did stuff like that too. So.
That's what's up. You hear that, Greg? He went in front of Nipsey's house too. Nipsey's West Coast. I just don't pick with you.
Oh, I'm a Nipsey fan. I like Nipsey
I love. If you ask Greg, like, Nip is like, that's top. It's J. Cole, and it was Nip for me.
Yeah, what you playing in the headphones? Like when you training or getting ready for the game? What's on your playlist?
Oh, I listen to a lot of different stuff. So, of course, Cole. I go to Dreamville every year. So I do Cole. Drake, Kendrick, Nip. Neek Bucks.
I like Neek.
You like Neek?
Yeah.
That's my guy. Core from Philly.
Is any of it ever Big Sean? Do you ever listen to any Big Sean?
Don't start, bro.
I like Big Sean.
Thank you.
My favorite Big Sean album is Dark Skies Paradise.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
See, come on, man.
I don't see it.
Sometimes he do rap like Dr. Seuss. I will give you that, but I rock with Sean.
Dr. Seuss is crazy.
One fish, two fish, red fish.
Y'all can get off my man Big Sean, bro. We ain't gonna do that.
And then I listen to like R&B and stuff like that too.
Okay. Now I want to ask you this. Since you're talking about Bow Wow, like, you think you beating Bow Wow 1-on-1?
1-on-1, yeah, most definitely.
Like Mike Bow Wow, like you.
Like Mike Bow Wow, that's not real.
I mean, what if it was? Though?
If it was real, I don't know. He's in the league. You know what I mean?
He had them shoes though.
Yeah. Maybe I get them shoes. Maybe.
Greg, who you beating 1-on-1 in basketball?
Oh my God. I don't even know. Somebody that's terrible. Oprah Winfrey.
Non-athletes. What about you, Jeremy? Who you playing 1-on-1?
I don't know. Maybe Seth Rogen because he's going to be too high to dribble the ball.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know, man. I would like to play against an NBA player.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't work out with one again, though. I ran into Keith McLeod one time downtown.
Keith run. He run.
Bruh, I didn't realize, because, Keith, he's my father, and he's a Canton legend himself.
Yeah, for sure.
Saw him at the Miami, and I was like, yo, man, what's up? Let me join you. Man, whatever workout he was doing, I tip my hat to any professional athlete, because he was like, it's just a warm-up. I'm drenched in sweat, like, nah, I can't.
And then after that, he probably ran to the field house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He run.
Yeah, he run.
What's some workouts like for you?
Over the summer, me and Gray, we run with Eric McCullum and CJ whenever he down here. We'll do the Monument every Saturday. Really, right now, I try to get like between 1 and 3 miles a day. I hate the weight room. I hate the weight room, but I try to lift a couple times a week, and then I just try to stay in the gym, honestly, just get shots up and work.
How long is the gym process for you, like when you're getting shots up?
Between an hour and a half, just getting shots up. Sometimes we use the gun, so I don't nobody got a rebound. I could just be in there, work on my form. 1 dribble pull up, 2 dribble pull ups, stuff like that. So,
talking about the Globetrotters a little bit, what's been one of your favorite moments as a player?
As a player, really just like my family pulling up the games. Like my family came to Vegas because it was my birthday.
Okay.
So my sisters, Asia, my dad, all them, my mom, dad, aunts, some of my cousins, they all pulled up to Vegas. We played at UNLV. That was probably like one of my favorite moments. And then California, like my aunts and uncles, they live in Cali, so they came to see me while they were out there. A couple of my cousins, so that was pretty cool. So just to have family pull up at NBA arenas and big college arenas to come see you play is it's kind of surreal because it's always been a dream of mine. So,
Who are some of your personal favorite NBA players?
oof, of course, Bron. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Bron, CJ, Kemba, Nate Robinson. I like little guards, AI. So there's guys like that.
AI, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Legend.
Yeah.
Who about you, Greg? Some of your favorite NBA players?
Oh, Bron for sure, definitely. Bron, AI, T-Mac, MJ, those are my favorites for real.
Drake. No, I'm just
Oh my God. We're gonna keep going.
I was just
Next
joking.
Drake concert, we all gotta go.
We all gotta go.
Right.
He gonna scream at that one. 'Cause, I can't believe you just stood there like that.
Yeah, I was just like,
How many times you done seen Drake in concert?
just once. This is when we seen Dreamville 2 years ago.
Okay.
You went to Dreamville Fest, you said?
Yeah, so we went to Dreamville Fest,
They went
3
3
years?
times.
I went 3 times. You
I went
twice?
2. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, so the first time we went, Drake and Cole came out together. And that concert was probably the best one I've ever been to, as far as.
Drake and Cole came out together.
Yeah. And everybody everybody who performed bought somebody out. So Wayne, he bought out. Who Wayne bring out?
It was Wayne. Drake brought out Wayne, 21, Glorilla, Lil Uzi.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, that concert was crazy.
How the one Dreamville Fest I want to ask you about, how did it feel seeing him perform the intro to the off season? This shit's too easy for me now. And Cole been back.
Did he do that?
I think he did.
He did that this year?
He started off one set
Last
the
year?
year before. He
Last
started off
year.
with that, and I'm
Yeah,
watching live
yeah.
stream.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, man,
Greg,
it's
crazy, right?
Yeah, you was there.
Yeah.
you was there.
Yeah.
You was in VIP. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's
Man.
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy to just be that close and at concerts like that. It's just you would expect everything to be crazy, and it's just real calm. Everybody is real cool with each
Yeah.
other.
Cole
If you
could
need
hoop too.
something- Yeah, he can.
You getting up there with Cole?
Yeah, I get Cole a bucket.
I hope J. Cole hear this, but I would
get
love to
Cole
see
a bucket.
that.
I would too. You know what I mean? So that's definitely my favorite rapper. So if I got that opportunity, that would be great.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So real quick before we go on the break, where can they follow you at? How can they reach out to you? Shout your social medias off for it.
Instagram, Scamp_the future. Facebook, Scamp Alexander, and Twitter, Scamp_the future.
All right. Greg, what about you?
Twitter, Gregory B _, Instagram, Gregory B _, Facebook, Gregory Burns Jr. So
This is the whole government.
it's the whole government. Because my dad is Gregory Burns, and they get us mixed up.
Shout out to the OG, man.
Oh my
Shout out
God,
to Greg.
Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
God.
What about you, Jeremy?
You can follow me on Facebook at Jeremy Andrew or on Instagram at _Ninja_1.
All right, everything Jéan P the MC, YouTube.com/Jéan P the MC, SWYM podcast on Instagram. Appreciate y'all for the love and the follows, man. Please subscribe, watch us, getting these episodes up, man. Episode 180.
Hey, that's a blessing.
Thank you, man. 180th episode. Shout out to Chase. Shout out to Miss Asia here helping us out on the camera. Appreciate that love, man. You gonna stick around with us for a minute?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Jéan P the MC, episode 180, SWYM podcast. Say what you mean. Peace.
Peace.
Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330, where them boys don't play. Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330, where them boys don't play. From the northwest to the northeast, say my name once and they know it's me. Southeast to the southwest, no arguments. Yeah, I got next, Jéan P.
Episode 180 of the Say What You Mean podcast.
One,
Jéan P
two.
the MC, Scamp Alexander
Let me
in the
talk
house.
my
How you
shit
feeling,
again real
man?
quick.
I feel good, man.
Shout out to your sister too, man. That's my girl, man.
Oh, Halisha?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Halisha,
Yeah, shout out
man.
Halisha.
It's family affair, man. We all connected in some way.
Yeah,
you know
for
what
sure,
I'm saying?
for sure.
Yeah, Say What You Mean podcast. Jéan P the MC. I know what it is. We gotta pay some bills. So shout out our sponsors. First sponsor being the Hub Art Factory. Shout out to Tim Carmody. What you think of this space, man?
Man, I told you last time I was here, I love this space, man. It gives you definitely a good art vibe, so definitely like it.
All right, Greg, saying what you think of the space, man?
I love it. It's different. All the art around. Good space. We've been here. It's like my third time being here now.
Yeah.
So it's always a good vibe, and like I said, something different that you haven't been to. So it's always
Shout out to the hood, man. George Financial Services, father and son team with 35 years of combined experience, dedicated for helping everyday people. They have $30 million in assets under advisements and are growing. If you'd like to talk with them to learn more, search and Google George Financial Services in Canton and book a complimentary call. Our next sponsor is RTP Sports, the realest betting group in Ohio. If the game is on, we're betting. Welcome to RTP Sports, #1 sports betting group chat in Ohio, where real players link up, drop heat, run the bag together. This ain't no guessing game. We do our homework. We strategize. We take this betting thing seriously. So if you're trying to bet smart, win big, you're in the right place, man. Shout out to D. Will, man. RTP Sports. So let's get into this interview, man. Scamp, tell them where you from. What side of Canton you represent? All over?
All over. I'm a suburban kid, though.
All right,
you know what I mean? I'm suburban.
What side, man?
Northeast.
All right.
Northeast, yeah.
The good part of Northeast.
I grew up in Plains.
That's what's up. Okay.
But yeah, yep.
What was it like growing up for you, man?
In Canton or just in Dresden?
Yeah.
True. It was always love. Canton always showed me love. You know, I love where I'm from. Anytime I get a chance to come back and support anything here, you know, I'm gonna do it because, you know, the people in the city of Canton helped raise me and, you know, kept me on the right path.
So let's take it back. Like, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Man, early on. You know, I played for the Boys and Girls Club in Massillon.
Yeah.
You know, the Babe Stern Center in Canton. I went to Heritage, but I played for Duber. So Duber at the YMCA, growing up, playing in those leagues right there, that's when I fell in love with it for sure.
So what was it like growing up in Canton and playing at McKinley?
Man, so it's always like I'm gonna just say it's surreal because growing up, that was the NBA to me.
Yeah.
Watching Marcus Parker and Raymore Morgan and Rick Jack, Spoon, you know, watching those guys growing up and just being so close and, you know, them coming to talk to us after the games and stuff like that was like, you know, that was my weekend, going to watch them play and or my Friday nights, whatever, like, and then watching the football games, you know, everybody on the hill, you know, we playing flag football, or not flag, but tackle on the hill or whatever, you know, watching Morgan Williams and all those guys out there, Ryan Brinson, like, it was like the NBA and the NFL to us, you know what I mean? So
Every athlete I've had that's played for McKinley, they've always said, like, in their younger days, their dream was to play for McKinley.
Yeah, for sure.
Not even the NBA or nothing.
Yeah.
It was like, my dream was to be a Bulldog. So, like, you being a 3-year starter, what do you remember the most about those days? Like, do you have a special moment or a locker room memory that'll always stick with you?
Man, special moment is, you know, my junior year, we started off the year like 2-8, and we had went on a crazy run. Ended up losing in the Elite 8. We had won like 17, 18 games straight. We just ended up gelling together. You know, D. Will, that was my shooting guard.
D. Will,
Shout out D.
man.
Will. You know what I mean? That's one of the best scorers I've ever played.
Yeah.
So, you know, just that team. And it was crazy because a lot of that was like unplanned. We weren't supposed to be that good. You know what I mean? So to lose in the Elite 8 to Karis LeVert and Jason Tate, Taco Tarleton, you know, some NBA guys and NFL guy, was, you know, we were supposed to win state that year, but, you know, just ran into them before. So
like, how did it feel? Like, your journey took you from player to coach, from player to teacher and coach. How did it feel switching from like?
So switching from player to coach is always hard because you always you think you can still play. You know what I mean? So like, my first year with and I went to coaching girls, so that was different as well. But my first year was definitely a learning experience. That second year we lost in the Elite 8, so we were 1 game away from states. And that group was just so good. They were smart girls.
Yeah.
They gelled together real well, and you know, they helped me become a better leader. So,
And also, I was reading that you played overseas for a little bit.
Yeah, I played overseas.
What was that experience like? You played in France, right?
Yeah, I played in France.
What was that like?
I love France.
Yeah?
yeah. That was my first time ever being out the country. So I was out there for like 6 months, all in total. France was amazing. Food was great. It was surreal. People coming up to you asking for photos, like,
Man,
we don't even speak the same language and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool.
I want to ask you, like, is the level of basketball different out there versus American?
Yeah. I mean, it's higher here.
Yeah.
Just because we do it for a longer period of time. Like, we start off playing basketball. There, they start off a little bit older. But, like, defensively, you know, they play a little bit more help side than us. You know what I mean? Like, things like that. But we're more physical.
Yeah.
You know, they're a little bit more finesse. But, yeah.
So, like, what kept you going mentally out there? Because I know it's a whole different adjustment just being in France. Like, what kept you going and motivated?
That's just something I always wanted to do. So one of my goals was always, after I left McKinley, was to play pro. So when I got that opportunity, I just, you know, had to try to seize it because you never know how many more you're going to get. So
yeah. So, like, through all the ups and downs that you've been through, like, did you ever feel like basketball was kind of slipping away from you?
Most definitely. You know, I bounced around college a lot. So I started off at Tiffin. From Tiffin, I went to a junior college, Lakeland Community College. Then I went to Central Penn. Then I ended up graduating from Salem International University in West Virginia.
Good for you.
So I bounced around a lot, and through all that bouncing around, I'm like, maybe this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. But, you know, my parents, you know, they kept me encouraged, you know. And then just the love for the game, like, you know, you might fall out of, like, basketball is like a love-hate relationships. One day, things not going your way, and then the next day, everything might fall. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I just kept pushing forward.
So again, man, Big Sis came through.
Yeah.
How did this gig even happen? Like, how did this opportunity come in front of you?
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy because right before I I got the call, I had just hit you up about the post office.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So but my sister, she has a friend that plays for the Trotters, and you know, she said, I can't make you no promises, but I sent my film, and when she sent my film into the office, and you know, they liked it, they liked what they saw, and I went into training camp and earned a spot during training camp. So, man,
so it's wild. Like, the Generals are always kind of like the ultimate underdogs. Like, how do you mentally approach being like the foil in the game?
Man, that's life. I feel like a lot of people can relate to the Generals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the Globetrotters, they win all the time. Like, you know, in life, you're not going to win every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like most people can relate to us a little bit more than they can, you know, relate to the Trotters. So we definitely have fans that come to the games and support us. But you want to say something? Mm-hmm. Oh, my fault.
I was going to say, what's something that people may not even know about the Generals? Like a fact that you can tell us about them.
I'd probably say earlier that we've won 3 games overall. So,
man, sometimes you just want to go out there and just beat them, or you just hard?
Man, it's hard because they be hooping too. You know what I mean? So, it's not that we don't try, but you know what I mean. They just always come on top somehow.
Yeah. Jeremy, you got a question for
Have you ever been on, like, the receiving end of, like, a crazy-ass dunk or something that you were just like, I can't believe that just fucking happened to me?
Yeah. I want to say, I forget where we were. We might have been in Canada. I went to go get somebody shot, and I went to go get a rebound. And shout out to my guy, Dragon. He came out of nowhere and tip dunked, got a tip dunk. And I was like under the rim, like, oh, trying to get out the way for real. So
did they get a picture of it?
No picture.
Don't post
thank
it.
God. Yeah, thank God. But yeah, he almost caught me slipping.
How important is it for you to give back or inspire the next generation, putting Canton on a national stage?
Man, it's very important to me, anyways. You know, every chance I get, I try to give back. That's why I went into the school system and the coaching. Just because this is where I'm from, and
100%.
You know what I mean, and I want our kids and our youth to be the best that they can. So anytime I get a chance to, you know, go back to the schools and talk, or, you know, sit in front of the youth, I definitely try to.
I had another question I wanted to ask you. You said it's like acting mixed with hooping.
Yeah.
Have you embraced the performance side of being on the Generals yet?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot better with my acting.
Yeah.
You know, like, during you know, like it's like during timeouts we have to do like skits and stuff sometimes. You know, I've got, you know, very better with it, fan interaction and stuff like that. So Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite fan interaction that you've had?
I signed a pair of shoes one time and gave it to a kid, and his face, like his whole face.
He'll never forget that.
Yeah.
Never ever forget that. Jeremy, do you have a question?
Earlier we talked about like your favorite place that you've played. Is there like a least favorite place that you've gone to that you were like, I hope I never have to come back here?
South Dakota.
What did you like about South Dakota? I've never been there. I like it either.
We ended up getting snowed in, so like, yeah. So that was the only bad part, but you know, and it was like negative 14 degrees. It was just super cold. So yeah.
How you supposed to hoop in that? Ooh, negative 14.
It was cold. Yeah, it was.
Man. Crazy. So you're on the road with characters and hoopers. Who's the funniest person that's on the road with you?
I got to go with my boy Ticket, one of my teammates. He's definitely one of the funniest guys. I got a quick story. So when I first got on tour, I was like 230 pounds. Like I was a little chubby guy. One night we were all in the hotel. There's nobody in the lobby. So I get on DoorDash and I see, Papa John's was having a 2-for-1 special. Oh man! So I see Papa John's was having a 2-for-1 special. So I'm like, man, I might as well get 2 pieces. It's the same price. I didn't eat both pizzas either. I just want to let that be known out. But when the food came, I get down there. I look both ways off the elevator, make sure nobody can't see me. I get my pizza and I'm walking up, and they caught me. Walking to the elevator, they catch me. They getting off. They're like, dang, bro, I thought you was on the road to 180.
Right. There you go to the 2 pieces.
Yeah, they called me Doughboy for about a week.
That was my next question, too. If you had a nickname, what would they give you?
So some of the Trotters, they call me
Doughboy.
No. They call me Shiny Legs because I always make sure I put on my cocoa butter and all that.
Right. You ain't got to be asking, right?
Before I go out to the game. So, you know what I mean? They say I ain't never asked you.
What moment had you really said, like, yo, I really made it, like, I'm here? What was that one moment for you?
Man, just being in the NBA arenas, fans coming up to you after the game, asking for pictures and autographs, like things like that, man. It's just, I keep saying it, but it's surreal, you know what I mean? So that's definitely one of the I made it moments.
Would you rather have a game-winning assist or a behind-the-back dunk that makes the crowd go crazy, even if you lose?
I'm gonna go with the assist. You know what I mean?
I would have picked the dunk.
I'm gonna go with the assist. You know what I mean?
What about you, Jeremy?
I would say to add to the history of like winning, seeing you guys have only won 3-4 games or whatnot, where would you want to win? Like if you could choose a city to be part of that, like winning numbers or whatever, where would you want to be that at?
I haven't played there yet, but I would love it to be in the Garden in New York. So New York would definitely be the city I would pick if that was to ever happen. Yeah, for sure.
New York?
Yeah, New York. Inside the Garden. That would be dope. Yeah, that would be dope.
What about, I always wonder if people would ever had that experience at a place like Rucker or
Rucker Park.
Yeah. Because I have a friend, she's from Brooklyn, and we always talk about that, and I ask her, have you ever experienced that? And she's just like, there's different types of basketball. Like there's the basketball we watch, but that kind of basketball is like a whole different experience. Would you ever play in something like that?
Yeah, most definitely. If I got a chance to, yeah, I definitely would.
Will we see Scamp Alexander at the Rucker? What?
We need to get something like that down here. You know what I mean? Like the parks, they renovated the parks. We need to get.
I would love that.
Something like that.
Because my dad played for. I always love when I have athletes on the shows. I talk about my dad, and he played for what was called the Midnight League. They would play at the Salvation Army here. I don't know the times they would play, but they would always talk about people who come out and watch them play. Yeah. I think that would be dope. Like when I see footages of like Rucker and all these places, I just feel like if Canton had that and it was a safe environment, I would love to go watch people play.
Most definitely.
We have so much
talent here. You know what I mean?
Who's some of your favorite local hoopers, like legend-wise? Like,
man.
Because they're going to get on Facebook talking, who the best? Who's your favorites? Like,
so, of course, you got to go with all the guys that made it. So, the Phil Hubbards, Nick Weatherspoon, Gary Grant. My personal favorite, Keith McLeod, Eric Snow, but my personal favorite is Marcus Parker. That's my dog. That's my GOAT. You know what I mean? So, growing up, that's who I watched. So that's my favorite point guard in McKinley history.
What about you, Greg? Who's some of your favorite former McKinley athletes?
I would say definitely Raymar, Spoon, Marcus Parker, because he was I never seen somebody with a left hand like him. Who else?
He left-handed.
Huh?
He left-handed.
Yeah, but I'm saying like other left hand guards,
Yeah.
like him. You know what I mean? I would definitely say. Who else can I think of from McKinley that was really good? Oh, one of our best friends, Amherst Austin.
For sure.
For a girl.
Yeah, shout out her.
You know,
Shout out
Aaron.
Austin.
Since we were younger, like, you know, playing in our Canton City Schools League with the YMCA, she was playing for Belden while he was playing for Duber. I was playing for Lathrop, and she was playing with all the guys. So that was one of the first girls I ever seen play with all the guys.
She was killing all of us.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah, real.
Got to high school, won Miss Ohio basketball 2 times, went to Ohio State, got drafted to the WNBA. So I feel like, you know, she was always one of my favorites, you know, growing up, definitely.
I want to ask you this too, back to family. Your mom and sister sound like your biggest fans. Like, what does their support mean to you?
Oh, it means the world. My sister, she's definitely one of my biggest fans, but she's definitely one of my biggest critics too. So, yeah. So that's like a big. My sister's definitely kept me humble, like coming up all through school. Like, you had 18 points, dude. You stink. I'm like, dang. Like,
She give me
you know what I mean?
criticism
Yeah.
like that, huh?
Yeah. So,
But you don't take it from a wrong place, 'cause you know.
I always take it with a grain of salt because I know they're gonna be at every game supporting it.
You ain't never been like, you wasn't shooting with me in the gym, Hollisha. Come on now.
Never once. But I mean, we go back and forth. You know what I mean? We definitely had our moments.
Yeah. What's your routine after the game like?
So after the game, shower. You know, we in the locker room. We listen to music in the locker room while, you know, everybody's showering or shower. Get out, get dressed. Usually we go back out. It might be fans still out there, so we might go out, take a couple pictures, sign autographs, and then if it's a travel, we travel, we play. Then we got to travel again. But if we same city, then, you know, we might go grab food, and sometimes some of the guys go out, or we sit poolside, play cards, stuff like that.
So that road life, like, it can be a bit exhausting sometimes.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
What do you love and hate about the road?
Just the thing I hate about the road is just the travel hours. You know what I mean? Like, just being on the bus for such and such long, or having to go through the airport, being in the airport all day. The things that I love about the road is, you know, like, it's 50 states, and I've been to like 42 states.
Man.
50. And this year I just hit the whole West Coast, so that was pretty big for me. So just being able to see things that I've never seen before, you know what I mean? So that's dope.
Where do you want to go? Like, I think Jeremy kind of asked you that. Like, where do you want basketball to take you? Like, what's the one place you gotta go, whether it's hoop, shoot around?
Oh, I've never been to the Basketball Hall of Fame, so
Really?
yeah, I would definitely like to go there. And, you know, I've been to the College Basketball Hall of Fame, but not the NBA. So, you know, Massachusetts, we got to get there.
Yeah. Man. So, Greg, man, you was hooping too?
No, a little bit, not really. That was like elementary, but after that, I didn't put the time and effort into it once it got to middle school and stuff like that. So it fell off. I played a little bit, like, you know, recreational with these guys, or, you know, when we was in college, but other than that, no. But I love that.
She was like Scamp Skinny Pig, like when it come to hooping, like him just making sure he get his shots right
Yeah,
on
for
you.
sure, definitely. Playing around here in the summertime, you know, just, you know, making sure my guys, we get the wins. But yeah, it's a fun thing to do, though.
How does it feel for you as a friend to see your homeboy doing what he's doing with the Generals?
That's a great question you ask, because, you know, seeing somebody live out their dreams and, you know, do what they've been doing their whole life is amazing, especially when we got a whole group of friends that, you know, do all these great things, seeing them achieve their dreams and do what they, you know, want to do, and, you know, put the time in and the effort in that they have been doing. It's a blessing for real, you know. So you always got to be happy for people, you know, going to where they want to go to.
How was your reaction when he first told you, like, he made the team? Like,
it was crazy, because I didn't even know this was I knew it was going to happen, but, like, I just didn't know when. And then he told me he was leaving. I'm like, dang, bro, like, that's crazy. You really get to play with an organization that's been around for years and years and years that you only see on TV. So I never known anybody to actually play with the Globetrotters or play, you know, against them and get to travel. So I think that was a great experience, just to hearing somebody, you know, achieve their dreams.
That's what's up. Jeremy, you got any relationship with basketball? Did you play growing up?
I played in 5th grade and I fucked up my knee and I never touched it. I mean, me and my brothers used to go to Malone all the time and play, but I mean, I'm not shooting shit. I can block you. That's about it. I make for a good wall, but I'm not jumping, doing nothing.
Yeah. Where's your favorite place to play at locally around here? Because, you know, Ken got a few spots.
Yeah. Right now, I'll probably say the center.
Classic, legendary.
You know, I love the center. I always loved the center.
That's like our Rucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, when we were growing up, like high school, college, we would go play at Malone under the lights. You know, that used to jump for a little bit before they kicked us out. But yeah, so I would say, got to go with the center though, for sure.
Okay, that's what's up. Jeremy, got any last questions you want to ask?
This is a fun one. If you could draft like your own starting lineup to face the Trotters, who would it be? Whether it's local legends from Canton, NBA, even your own teammates, like who would you sign up to win against them?
Man,
That's a good question.
That's a great question. I'll go local legends. So I'll go.
You gotta put Marcus on there. I don't want to tell y'all.
Yeah. Gotta put Park on there. So I'm gonna go Park at my 1. I'll probably go D-Will at my 2. Gotta put D-Will.
Shout out D-Will,
that's my
man.
shooting guard. For the 3, I'll probably go Rick Jack. No. 3, I'm gonna go Spoon or Todd.
Oh,
one of them.
shout out Todd.
Yeah. Dang, I feel it. For the 4, I'll go Rick. For the 5, I'll go Ray Moore. And then, shoot, I mean, it's just so many players you could pick
It's
from.
too many, man.
It's a whole lot. Yeah.
Like, even in conversations that make you feel good to be included, and not only the conversation about the generals, but in the McKinley conversations, like we come from a sports city.
Yeah.
You know, there's times where I like getting on social media and seeing guys talk about who was the best back in the day, and knowing your name could be brought up. How does that make you feel?
Man, that's a good feeling.
Even in the barbershop talk, they're like, I know Scamp, you know what I'm saying?
So it's definitely a good feeling. You know, it makes you proud of what you've accomplished.
Yeah.
And, you know, let you know that all the hard work that you've put in is definitely paid off. So.
Because we have such a culture in Canton, and I personally love it. Talking to guys from other cities and saying, well, we got all these great athletes and history in just the city, not just McKinley. You know what I'm saying? Just as a city as a whole, like we have so many great basketball players and football players. So to be in that class and you doing what you're doing, man, again, I'm proud of what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What's next for the Generals, man? Like, when you getting back on the road?
So we leave for South America in August.
Nice.
So we'll do South America tour. We'll be out there for about a month and a week. So so that's I'm excited for that one.
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
That's gonna be dope, man. Really excited. Greg, you got anything you wanna say before we go on this break, man? You know, any Drake takes you wanna share?
Not at all. Just if you haven't listened to any Drake albums, go listen to a couple. Take Care or Thank Me Later. Here we go.
Nothing was the same.
So far gone. But no, just so far, I just want to say, John, this is a great space that you have all these camp people that
Thank you,
that I wasn't even familiar with, or people that I was familiar with or didn't know about. You get to learn about them, and the guys you got around here do a great job. So I love it, and you my cousin, and I'm always gonna be on your side, and always root for you all the time. So
Appreciate you, man.
Always.
Love you, cuz. Appreciate
love you too, always.
So here's what I want to do, man. I want to take a break. I want to do a session called Peace, Positive Point, where you say a quote, Greg will say a quote, Jeremy will say a quote, and I'll say a quote that means something to us, and then we'll get out of here. All right?
All right, cool. Sure.
Episode 180, Say What You Mean podcast. Jéan P the MC. Peace.
Peace.
Episode 180 of the Say What You Mean podcast. Jéan P the MC, Scamp Alexander. I got to dap you one more time, man. Thank you for doing this, man. I appreciate you. Greg, I can't reach that far, but yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yo, man, we was talking. I know I was poking fun with Greg earlier, but you brought up a good point, all right? This is Greg that rolled his eyes. Now, Greg, and I got to ask you this now. We was waiting for Drake. Drake had a little bit of smoke for Kendrick, but T-Pain, the GOAT, said something about Drake. You know, just basically saying Drake is powerful. And then Drake was just like, this guy's got a problem with me. But it's like, how come Drake got all this smoke for everybody else? He still ain't really give Kendrick the proper smoke. I don't think he gave Kendrick the proper smoke that he should have gave him. But why you skip around Kendrick?
But this is the thing, though, right? And I don't want to be biased, but at the same time, like, I don't think this would have happened to any other rapper or artist if it wasn't Drake. I felt like it was all happening to Drake. Even when he did the Family Matters and he was going at different people, I felt like, you know, him falling out with all these other people because I don't know.
I did think he almost got him with that.
That's
that
why I
Family
said
Matters.
I think
like,
Drake
ooh.
won.
I think not like
as far as rapping. I think Drake won.
I think Not Like Us was just a bigger record in here. Everybody liked Not Like Us, and it was just the stuff he was saying and just how the beat was and just.
Because I was like, oh, Drake might have some smoke for him, but then Kendrick came out with Family Matters. Kendrick came out with Meet the Grams.
Yeah.
And then when Meet the Grams was like, ooh, he talking to him.
It's crazy. We was together when Kendrick dropped that because Drake had dropped, and then we like, oh man, this is crazy. And
Like
then
the same night.
And 10 minutes later, Kendrick dropped. I said, oh, he must have had this ready already.
Already ready in the tank, man.
You know what I mean? But just at the end of the day, though, I respect them both for going at each other and Drake not really bowing down. But Kendrick can win. That's fine. But you know what I mean? Like,
I love talking like music like people talk sports. So that's why I like to bring that up. You know what I'm saying? But respect to them both, man, because they both greats anyway.
how do you feel about my question? How do you feel about J. Cole not really being in it? Like,
I wish J. Cole would have just stuck to his gun.
We was there when he did that.
How did y'all feel seeing that?
Oh,
Like,
I was hurt.
you said the crowd.
what was the crowd's reaction? Was it like, what the hell?
It was like, we want the blood.
off with his head.
Yeah, like they was like, us as fans, like, and we was right there by the stage. We was in VIP that year, so like we was there.
You could feel the energy. Like, did he
It
really
shifted.
just put the white flag
And
down?
then he said it was the last year for Dreamville, so we was all like, hey, it was like a night killer for real.
So y'all was there the night he basically threw up the white flag.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hip hop. You want the smoke, but also like in today's days and times in this industry, some people got in Cole's ear and was like, hey, bro, they're not gonna keep it rap.
Yeah.
I think Schoolboy Q was kind of telling him
and
hey,
he was
bro.
there. And so we saw Schoolboy Q perform. And then I really think that Schoolboy Q went up to him and was like, this is not.
Yeah, what you want?
No, I don't even think he said that. I think he just said like, Kendrick don't got a problem with you for real.
At all.
You know what I mean? There's a problem with Drake.
Because when he came out with the Might Delete Later and he had the song, like, when I first heard that, I was like, come on, Cole. We know Kendrick got a discography. Yeah. So I think Cole kind of went in on a competitive level, but I think he bit off more than he could chew.
You think so?
I think so.
I think with that pen, that boy might be the coldest.
Cole? For sure.
Like, I really wanted to see him and Kendrick.
I love
battle.
I love, like, I think I've said it before on the pod, telling that story about when I first seen J. Cole perform. I seen him open for Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa came to Ohio University, and they was like, oh, we got Wiz Khalifa before he performs. We got this opener from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Y'all give it up for J. Cole. It was literally like... right?
Yeah.
But me and my homeboy, we hip to the blogs. We know about him, the Simba. We know about all this stuff. Yeah. Underground Cole.
Yeah.
So we like, they don't even know they about to witness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the rest was history. You know what I mean? And at that time, I don't even think Cole had dropped Who Dat yet.
No.
He didn't drop Who Dat. So we were like, yo, man, like, have you ever met Jay-Z? He was like, I just met him once. We don't really talk all like that. I got to get my weight up. And then he mentioned his degree because, you know, Cole graduated cum laude from St. John's. Mm-hmm. So he was like, yeah, man, I mean, if this music stuff don't work out, I got my degree. Then he dropped Who Dat, and the rest was history.
Yeah, I got that flag.
Yeah, so shout out to J. Cole, man. So, you know, we had to give our little rap take, you know what I'm saying? So, for sure. But y'all know how we give it up on the podcast, man. Peace, positive point. Have my guests say a quote that means something to them. Again, thank y'all, man. This was a great episode. Great episode. Greg, you got to be on this show. I know Tia and Shay going to be jealous now. They got to get their own episode.
Hey, man, you know, got to get the special.
That's going to be on Patreon. You know what I'm saying? If I know Jean Tia, you know,
after dark.
Right after dark. Yeah, you might have to make a website for that one, a separate one, you know. But, nah, man, who wants to kick off positive point? Greg, you want to give us your quote first?
Yeah, I just looked it up. A quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams.
What's that mean to you?
just you see the art in your dreams, you see what can happen with your dreams. You'll get to the future. You'll get to where you want if you really see what's going to happen and you really picture it and you really speak it into existence. You know, like we have a thing where people sometimes they speak negative or positive, and like, you know, sometimes your words can really come true. So when you speak positivity into things and you can like picture it, you know, things can happen. Whatever you want to happen, it can happen if you speak it into existence and work hard with it. So
Also, Greg, real quick, shout out what you've been doing, man, because you've been doing a lot of things in the city as well, man.
Right now I'm working at Maslin High School. I know I'm a Bulldog, but I work at Maslin High School. I'm teaching a class called JOG, which we're teaching financial literacy, job and career building, resume building, and just getting the students prepared for, you know, the real world, because everybody's not going to go to college as well. That's pretty much it. Oh, I also just completed our Leadership Academy.
That's what I was saying. Y'all seen you with Gino, Kelly.
With Gino Haynes. We went through.
Shout out Gino, man. That's my dude.
About a 4 to 5 month process, you know, learning about, you know, the city of Canton and how to build a business. And now we're in the process of building a mentorship program for youth and adults in the city of Canton. So
that's right, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Good for you, Greg.
Yeah, shout out Gino. He definitely had everything.
Shout out Gino, man.
Yeah, shout out Gino.
Kelly Klein.
Kelly
you know
Klein.
what I'm saying?
There's a good amount of us. They did a good job helping us, and, you know, Gino was positive for the city of Canton, so I was thankful for that process.
Shout out Gino. He been on the podcast too. Y'all in the ranks of some great people, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. This is elite right here. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yeah. Jeremy, what you got for us?
Mine is, life is like a camera. Focus on what's important, capture the good times, develop from the negatives, and if things don't work out, take another shot.
Bars. What's that mean to you?
It's just, you know, life's not about perfection, it's about perspective. You know, you just got to focus on the good, learn from the challenges, and then just be ready to try again.
Mm-hmm. What's up? Scam, what you got for us, man? Say your quote.
I got Mike Beasley quote.
I'll make you dance. You shaking that?
He said, they're not scared to be great. They're scared because we're going to ask them to be great again.
That's what's up. What's that mean to you?
Man, that just means, to me, you know, once you do something, don't just get happy that you could do it once. Just keep doing it over and over and over again. You know what I mean? So being great, if you could be great once, you could be great again. You know?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I like that, man. My positive point is sometimes the dream takes a detour, but if it's meant for you, it'll always find its way back. I liked how you brought up how you went to different schools, because, you know, there are some athletes who go through what you went through and they just stop.
Yeah.
I'm tired of going to transfer to different schools, tired of starting over again. But you didn't give up on your dream of basketball.
Yeah.
You know, some people do. You know, and the fact that it's led you to play for the Washington Generals, you getting a chance to play with the Harlem Globetrotters. It's like you could have let that detour of going through all the different schools really stop you.
Yeah.
And a lot of people let detours stop them from things. We've all had detours in our lives, but it's led us to our dream. So that's why I said sometimes a dream takes a detour, but if it's meant for you, it'll find its way back.
For sure.
Now look at you, man. You're doing your thing, man.
Appreciate
It's
it.
got to feel good. Just waking up sometimes like, man, I'm doing my thing. I'm playing for the Generals. I'm doing what I love, because you love the game of basketball as a whole.
Yeah.
So, with teaching though, like, what do you love about that too? Like, what do you love about the youth? I just want to ask you that myself.
Just is giving back. You know what I mean? And being able to teach kids. So I taught business.
Yeah.
You know, one of my proudest moments was helping some of my seniors get a plan to buy their first car.
Man.
I mean, like, so that was, you know, some kids told me the only reason I come to school is you. And that meant a lot to me, you know what I mean? So if I could impact one kid, you know.
And you see how important that is now, because, you know, we didn't get the credit talks and the financial conversations, but now these kids are seeing, you know, through both of you, through business, how important that is. Mortgages and knowing about this stuff. Not learning, we had to learn about it on our own.
Yeah, facts.
Some people had the opportunity of knowing in high school, even with credit cards. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We always think of like, oh, you got to be an adult. No, there were kids who had that financial literacy of understanding the importance of having a credit card, what it could do for you in the future.
Right.
Some people learn later than others, you know. And it's important that we're learning now as youth. So respect to y'all for teaching business and financial literacy, because that's so important for our youth these days and times. So
For sure.
appreciate y'all, man. Any last shout outs before we get out of here? Greg, you got any shout outs?
I just want to shout you out again for letting me be on the podcast, and you know, that's pretty much it. Just, you know, happy to be from the city of Canton, and, you know, two positive people to be on here, and him keep following his dreams. And I always shout out all our friends and stuff, just because I got a great group of friends that, you know, do an amazing job that keep me so humble, and, you know, I just want to, you know, keep working hard, and I'm just thankful to be on here today.
We got to get Zach and Skylar on the show.
Oh, we got to get them. We got to get them guys on here too, for sure.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
That's a good point you brought up. That's like one of the reasons why I want to do this pod is because, like I said, like they don't see you and you or myself and Jeremy. They don't see the good. They always kind of see like Hall of Fame or, oh, this happened and something negative. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got good things going on, so respect. You got any shout outs, Scamp?
I'm gonna shout out my fiance Asia.
Shout out Asia. Thank you for helping us out. Congratulations. You know,
and then my parents, my mom and dad, Tammy and Hollis Alexander, and then my two sisters, Talisha and Hasi. Oh, and my brother, Luke P. All right.
Shout out to y'all, man. Jeremy, got any shout outs for us?
Just shout out you guys for coming on the pod. Shout out John, of course, for the podcast. Side note, shout out, I went to see Hamilton on Friday at the Playhouse Square. It was a really good performance. Like I said, I expected a little less than it being like Broadway type, but it was, honestly, I felt like some of them should have been on the actual Broadway performance. So if you guys
check out Hamilton, I keep hearing great things.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Listen, if you guys, it's got a lot of rap in it too, more so than just the musical part. But I mean, honestly, if you're looking for, you know, a good little show to go to, if you've never seen a musical, I definitely recommend checking out Hamilton. I think it should still be on streaming on Disney Plus. I think actually too. So.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the listeners and all the viewers. Shout out to Mike Lazaki getting his teeth pulled, so that's why he couldn't be here today. So hope you're feeling better, man. Shout out to Jeremy, Chase, Dakota, Asia, my cousin Greg. Shout out to Scamp for being on the show, man. 180 episodes, man. 108. What's up?
Oh, just to let you know, me and Rihanna, we'll be at the.
Rihanna be there.
We'll be at the premiere.
I gotta update the list now.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought she'd be busy out kicking it, working.
Working. Yeah,
I gotta add her. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Also,
shout that out too.
Jéan P the MC at Ramen and Dream. Jéan P the MC, a story available July 14th, 2025. My documentary directed by Joe Lewis and Pat Folke. I'm premiering that on the 12th. I'm excited about that, man. It's just crazy to even just say that, you know what I'm saying? So we'll all be in the building. The documentary will be out. So if you're watching this, you can watch the documentary on this channel, youtube.com/Jéan P the MC. Been working really hard this year. The album is coming along very well. So we got a lot of things going on. Podcast going great. 180 episodes. Crazy to even say that.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to you.
Thank you, man. We trying to build something, man. So I'm just glad that we have this pod. I'm glad that people come up, want to be a part of it. It went from being the thing of like, oh, you just have a podcast to when can I get on the show? Yeah. And that makes me feel good that people want to get on the show.
Yeah, for sure.
So appreciate you guys for watching, listening, supporting, following, subscribing, all those great things going on, man. So what y'all got going on today on this Sunday? What's the plan for the day? Y'all chilling? We relaxing?
I'm about to hit a cookout.
Right, it's the perfect weather for one.
Hit a cookout, so.
You gonna keep the jersey on?
No, I'm about to take it off.
No, come on, dog.
I'm about to take it off.
Greg, what about you? You going to the cookout too?
No, I'm not going. Me and Rihanna going to get something to eat, and I'm just going to relax for the rest of my Sunday before I got to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
Because I'm still, even though I don't have students, I still got to go to my school and do some paperwork. So I just need to relax and just chill for real. So
job is never over.
Never
over.
Stop. Especially when you got a family and kids and everything, bills, always something.
It's never over.
Never, man. Oh my gosh.
What about you, Jerry? What you got going on today?
I think I'm supposed to be going up to Melanie Lake with a couple friends here shortly. So
it's a beautiful day to do that. Beautiful day. So we will see you guys in a couple of weeks, man. Jéan P the MC, episode 180. Scamp Alexander, my cousin Gregory in the house. We'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. All right. Peace.
Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330, where them boys don't play. Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330, where them boys don't play. From the northwest to the northeast, say my name once and they know it's me. Southeast to the southwest, no arguments. Yeah, I got next, Jéan P.